Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zelinsky.
and today the Cubs dropped the rubber match of the series, 8-4 to the Kansas City Royals. The Royals hit 5 home runs on the day and slugged off of Colin Ray. Ryan, what were your initial thoughts from today's ball game?
I mean, they only scored off the long ball, so tough that they couldn't limit that more. Hot day at the park, just a tough loss. Good to see a little fight at the end, but obviously wasn't enough, and now we're gonna be back in a wild card spot. So it's just tough, in that sense, tough to lose this series because you thought you could sweep and need to win it, but that puts a lot more importance on this weekend crosstown classic.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get started, shout out to our sponsor, Mark's Card Shop. Thank you for sponsoring today's show. Go check them out at markscardshop.com. Ryan, you want to get into the recap?
Yeah, so Cubs dropped this ball game 8-4. The Royals improved to 50 and 53, 10 games back of the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central. Cleveland only 8.5 back, so a lot closer than they have been. The Cubs dropped to 60 and 42. They're a half game back, but they're gonna be one game back. I've got the Brewers game on right now. The Brewers are up 10-2, so it will be one, and the Cubs will be back in the wild card. So top of the first inning, going right away. Adam Frazier hits a little pop up to Seiya Suzuki. Ball goes in and out of Seiya's glove. Garcia bunts Frazier to third, and then Vidi Pasquanito hits a home run to make it 2-0 early in the first inning. He had a great day today. Um, so that's it for the first inning. Um, Other than a Michael Busch leadoff single in the first, Cubs didn't do anything. Royals harmless in the second, and then the bottom of the second, Ian Happ walks to lead off the inning. Dansby reaches on an infield single. Then Nico hot shot ground ball picked at third turns a double play. So runner at third, two out for Reese McGuire. Reese McGuire delivers big for him early in the game. Cubs are down 2-1. Matt Shaw grounds out to second, but still, got one. What were your thoughts? Could have got more, but pulled away with one there.
Yeah, I mean, a great piece of hitting there by McGuire. Kind of an outside fastball. He takes a ground ball, gets through. You love to see it. Should have gotten more there, but Seth Lugo is a great pitcher, and you'll take what you can get off him. 2-1 ball game. I was feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I was hoping Colin Ray would settle in a little bit. So it's 2-1. Going into the top of the third, Garcia pops out to lead off the inning. Then Vidi Pasquantino doubles again. Great day for him. And then Salvador Perez 3-2 count bomb. 384 feet to left center. It was knew it was gone off the bat. Makes it 4-1. He had a really good series. And then the bottom of the third inning, Michael Busch leads off the inning by getting hit. Sale grounds out to second, but Michael Busch gets over to second though. PCA flies out to left, and then Carson Kelly doubles, scoring Michael Busch, making it 4-2, and then Happ lines out to center to end that inning. So, um, you know, a good response from the Cubs. They went down 2-0 and then responded, getting one. Went down 4-1, got one. So they were responding. They just didn't, ever really tie it or anything like that. What were your thoughts after the Carson Kelly double?
It's kind of frustrating because it literally hit the basket. It was this close to getting out and making it a one-run ball game. But I mean, he's been really hot as of late. He does another job. Ian had lines out to Isabel. It was that ball was smoked, so I was kind of frustrated too. It was a change outside. He smoked it. Isabel made a nice play on it, but it was a good response for the Cubs.
Yeah, I mean that Carson Kelly double, like I've like never seen like hitting the basket, it shot to left. It was just such a crazy play. Um, so bottom of the fourth, Stansby walks, nothing happens. Top of the fifth inning, um, Garcia singles with one out, then he steals second. Then Vidi Pasquantino hits a home run, 414 feet to right center, making it 6-2. I mean, he was player of the game by far today. So yeah, he
Yeah,
makes it
before
six.
that, one thing I do want to say is in the first 4 innings, every Cubs leadoff man got on base. So it's a good. Michael Busch got on twice. Ian Happ had a leadoff walk, and then Dansby with the leadoff single. So when you're getting four guys on leadoff, and you only manufacture 2 runs, the Cubs should have done way more. And Vinny Pasquantino, a great left-handed bat, but Colin Ray just gives him a curveball right in his wheelhouse. That's a pitch that you cannot make. I don't care if it's 3-2. That is not a good pitch at all, especially with an out. Just have some confidence there. Throw a fastball up and out, something better than a curveball in Pascantino's wheelhouse.
Yeah, I agree. That was kind of Ben Brown's problem. Or that's been his problem. But I know Colin Ray, he had that start in St. Louis where he had the trouble with locating. So tough to see that. So 6-2, and then the top of the sixth inning, Kyle Isbell gets hit by a pitch with two out. This Pomerantz came in the sixth. He hit Isbell with two out. Um, it was 0-2. Isbell worked it to 2-2 and then got hit by a fastball on 2-2. And then Tolbert hits a homer to left, 91 feet. This was kind of the dagger, in my opinion, making it 8-2, 4 2-run shots for the Royals today. I mean, I thought this was the dagger. What about you?
I thought it was the dagger too. I know this Cubs offense has fight, but I don't know if they can manufacture 6 runs with only 9 outs left. Just if you're gonna give up home runs, you got to give up solo shots. 4 2-run homers is just not a good job by this Cubs pitching staff.
Yeah, I mean, even if there were two-run shots and then two solo shots, would have been 6-4. You maybe played a little differently. They pinch hit JT in the last inning there. Maybe put Talk there or something like that. Maybe you play it differently and something else happens. So nothing happens until the bottom of the seventh. So Nico leads off the inning with a single, and then Reese McGuire grounds into a double play. But with two out, this ball looked like a pop out off the bat, honestly. But Matt Shaw hits another home run. He's been really hot lately. Since that stretch where he didn't play for like 3-4 games when Birdie and Vidal were trading playing time. He's hit the ball really well. He hits another home run. What have you been thinking about Matt Shaw lately?
I'm telling you, man. I mean, like when you're getting your spot threatened to be taken at the deadline, you're gonna start playing better for sure. And he's hitting velocity a lot better. I mean, 100-mile-an-hour pitch, and he turns it right back, goes yard with it. Seems more confident at the plate and is getting way more power. And he's been really high as of late, so it's gonna be tough to ship out some top prospects and go get a third baseman when Shaw's been playing well. But he's gonna be a nice little pinch runner, defensive replacement late in games.
Yeah, I agree with you. Again, like I still don't think that they shouldn't, stay away from the third base spot at the deadline, but it's really good to see him starting to heat up. So in the eighth inning, Seiya Suzuki leads off with a pop out, then PCA 2-2 count, sinker in literally where he loves it. I mean, he loves this location. This is like where he hits all of his home runs almost, or up way high at his eyes. But he crushes this one 383 feet to right field in the basket. Um, you know, we always say you like to be within a grand slam. So when he hit that home run, I was like, all right, like you got to get one more before the ninth, I think, to make it like believable. But this is, again, like some fight at the end. PCA hits the homer. I think that's his 27th of the year now. So he's having a really good year. Obviously, best of his career. This is his first full year with the team. Then Carson Kelly grounds out to second. Ian Happ draws a walk. So you're thinking like, all right, like maybe Swanson could find a gap here, make it 8-5, or get a hold of one, make it 8-6. He strikes out. Swung through a fastball on 2-2. It was a good pitch. And then in the ninth, some trouble for Krisky, but he's able to get out of it. And then the bottom of the ninth, Nico flies out on the second pitch. Justin Turner pops out on the first pitch. And then Matt Shaw hits a rocket line drive to third to end this ball game. Royals win it 8-4. Thoughts on the game? Thoughts on the series?
It's a very up and down series, and I think the series, in my mind, solidified that they need to go and get some more starting pitching help.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, You give up the two games you lose, you give up 20 combined runs. You gave up 20 this. So think about this. You have Ben Brown. I'll say Ben Brown was the starter because he had the opener and everything. Ben Brown goes out and gives up, I believe, 8, and then the bullpen gives up the next 4. So you give up 12 that game. The game you win, your starter goes 7 scoreless. You win it 6-0, and then you get a bad start again from your starter. You lose it 8-4. So there you go. I mean, this rotation is very, very shaky, and you know they got to figure it out. They can't go and just do what they've done on the deadline in the past. Like this solidifies that you have to make a big move.
100%. I mean, other years the Cubs are kind of like, I don't know. Do we want to buy? Do we want to sell? I mean, we'll trade some of our relievers. Then we'll go get Isaac Paredes and Jamer Canario, and Jose Cuas. But then we're gonna trade relief pitching. Like they need to make up their mind and completely buy this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 23 season they were really heating up during the deadline. They were maybe 3 games under 500, and that's everyone was saying buy, buy, buy because they were only like 2 games back of the wild card. And they really didn't do much. They just got Jamer and Kwas. And then last year they were cold. I don't think they should have bought. I think they really should have done nothing. They went out, got Paredes. I mean that was good to see that they were trying something. But this year I think 3 trades at the absolute minimum need to happen for this Cubs team. So we'll get into the pitching now. Colin Ray gets the start for the Cubs. He goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, 6 runs. 5 of them were earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He gave 3 home runs. He threw 82 pitches, 56 for strikes. He's at a 4.06 ERA now. He came into this game 8-3 with a 3.8 ERA. So I was like, man, like that's kind of gone unnoticed. Like that's a really good line. Is now ERA is over 4, but that's okay. I mean, 8-4, 4.06 ERA. He's not supposed to have a sub 3 ERA. Um, Drew Pomeranz comes in for him, goes an inning, gives up a hit, gives up 2 runs. That was a homer. Both of them were earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 21 pitches, 14 for strikes. Pomeranz's ERA is now 2.30. Presley came in for an inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. He threw 13 pitches, 7 for strikes. He's at a 3.52 ERA. And then Krisky came in for 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He threw 35 pitches, 19 for strikes. His ERA is still 0. So thoughts about the Cubs pitching today?
Colin Ray didn't walk any guys, which you love to see, but just way too much plate. Not a lot of good pitches from him. He got into way too many long counts. Pomeranz has been struggling as of late. He had his nice little run, but I don't know how much I necessarily trust him in the long run. Ryan Presley continues to do his job and look good. He just needs to be more consistent because sometimes he'll get into jams, other times he'll look like he did today. He just needs to find his identity, and I think he will help them out because he does have a lot of playoff experience. Brooks Krisky did his job. I mean, just kind of ate those innings up, but better than what other guys have done with their opportunity.
Yeah, so just I mean, you gotta limit the long ball. Yeah, again, 4 2-run shots. That's it. So the Royals, for them, Seth Lugo starts. He's 7-5. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. 2 of them, they were all earned. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. He threw 95 pitches, 58 for strikes. His ERA is now 2.95. Steven Cruz came in for an inning, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, no strikeouts. He gave up a homer. He threw just 7 pitches and 6 for strikes. His ERA is now 2.77. Then John Schreiber came in for an inning, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, 25 pitches, 14 for strikes. He's at a 3.12 ERA. And then Lucas Irseg came in the ninth, an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He threw 6 pitches, 4 for strikes. He's at a 2.43 ERA now. So for player of the game, it's pretty obvious. Vinny Pasquantino. He went 3 for 4, 2 homers. He had 4 RBIs today, so it was 2 homers and a double. I mean, that's got player of the game written all over it. What about you?
Yeah, you want Pascantino. I'll switch it up and I'll go Salvador Perez. Went 2 for 4 on the day with a long ball, 1 run, 2 RBIs. He had a heck of a series and he still got it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to talk a little bit about, again, like trade deadline stuff because it's creeping up on us. We got a week until the trade deadline. So are you willing to give up Owen Casey or like a Mo Baller type player for Emmanuel Clase? I know Cleveland said that they're probably not going to trade him, so maybe Clase is not in that group. But Mason Miller, Mackenzie Gore, Dylan Cease, or like a Taj Bradley.
I'm really torn honestly about that because you got Happen Suzuki coming off the books and next year, and I really do think Owen Casey can be a starter. And if they do trade him, I feel like we are really going to regret it. But if you're going to trade Owen Casey, I either need Mackenzie Gore, Dylan Cease, Emmanuel Clase, Mason Miller. I want a superstar. I'm not settling for Eugenio Suarez. I love Suarez. I would love for the Cubs to get him, but there's no way that they should give up Owen Casey for a rental third baseman. I need someone with control that's young, that has potential,
And
and
you will have for like a long time.
yeah, I don't want a rental for Owen Casey. It needs to be someone very good.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like it's got to be, a superstar that we will have for, a long time. Like Owen Casey's going to be here for a while if he comes up. So it's got to be someone that,
We
will
did a
be.
poll on Twitter yesterday, and we said, "Would you give up Owen Casey for Mackenzie Gore?" We had 79% yes, 21% no. So a lot of people who do want to see that move happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that boat, right? I think Mackenzie Gore will be great. Again, he's young too, so the asking price is going to be, pretty high because he is young. But I would love to have him. So I made, a list of Cubs pitchers that they have, been on the phone with, been checking in on. So I'll give you two tiers and then ask you a question about both of them. So for tier one, Mason Miller, Emmanuel Clase, Mackenzie Gore, Dylan Cease, Taj Bradley, or Felix Bautista. And then in tier two, Zach Eflin, Kyle Finnegan, Edward Cabrera, Adrian Hauser, Charlie Morton, and Seth Lugo. So would you rather give up a haul for one pitcher in tier one or give up not as much for two guys in tier two?
I'm gonna go a haul for tier one because you do have Matthew Boyd, Shota Imanaga, who can start playoff games. You're gonna have Justin Steele hopefully back next year. So if you're gonna get a bunch of stuff, that's just gonna load this pitching staff, and that's gonna push some guys out, which would be okay. But I got Matthew Boyd game one, Shota Imanaga game two, and then you probably can go Colin Ray, Cade Horton, someone like that. Personally, I would do 1 and 1, but if I had to choose, it would really have to be a starting pitcher. I don't think I would do just get like a stud reliever and then no starting. So that's kind of depending on it. If it's a starting pitcher, tier one, but if we're talking um about relievers, it probably do I would do a starter and a reliever from tier two.
I like that. I mean, in the playoffs, you need four pitchers, right? Four pitchers, that's all you need. So right now, Shota Boyd, you're set there, right? You trust both of them. Now,
JMO.
and JMO, that's right. So for JMO, he'll be coming back soon. He'll be the game three guy, I'm guessing. So for game four, you know, as much as, like Cade Horton right now, I don't like start in the playoffs at all. Like as
I
much
love
as
Cade. He's just too inconsistent. One other guy that we did forget to mention, Mitch Keller, in that tier two.
oh, that's right. Yeah, I put him in my mock trades yesterday. So like you said, we love Cade. He's shown some signs of being really good. He's too inconsistent and he's too young to start a playoff game. And it would be a road game for him because he would either be game three or game four. So he would be starting on the road. I don't trust him at all.
I like him
So
on the bullpen though.
yeah, oh yeah, I put him on the playoff roster 100%. But I would just have him in the bullpen. So for that game four, do you go Colin Ray, like again, he's been good. He's been a little inconsistent, but I just don't know if Colin Ray's your game four guy, or do you go and you get a tier two like a Edward Cabrera, Adrian Hauser for game four, who potentially even overtake JMO for the game three. So it's a tough decision. I mean, I just they need to do something, right? But I just think that the starting rotation is a little shaky in like the game four spot right now. That I don't know if Colin Ray is really a your answer for a guy to start in a potentially elimination game.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I like Colin Ray and Cade Horn, but they're bullpen guys in the playoffs, I think. And you got to go get someone who I want someone who can start game one. But if you get a guy who could start a game two or three, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So right now, the talks have been picking up a little bit with Seth Lugo. We saw him today, pitch at Wrigley. He shoved. So he has 10 pitches. It's a fastball, curveball, slow curve, splitter, slurve, changeup. Um, I'm missing a couple in there, but that is extremely rare. He doesn't. There's a lot of pitches in there that he only throws 2.5% of the time. But you don't find that all the time. He really impressed us today, right? He's impressed us all season. What would you give up to get to get Seth Lugo like at the absolute maximum?
That's a good question. I don't want to give up too much. I'm not giving up. Hold up. I'm pulling up the Cubs prospects right now. I'm not giving up Owen Casey. I'm not giving up Mo Baller. I'm not giving up Jefferson Rojas. Not giving up Kevin Alcantara. It would have to be probably a similar for what they traded Jamer for a couple years ago, honestly. You honestly could go anywhere from our 11th prospect to our 30th prospect. I'd be fine giving up a Jordan Wicks or a Ben Brown as well, but I'm not giving up too much for Seth Lugo at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't give up too much. Again, we would love to have him, but I just don't necessarily think that we should overpay or give too much for him. So now we're gonna talk about the need to sweep this crosstown series because the Brewers have Miami this weekend. So right now the Cubs are gonna be going into the weekend one game back to the Brewers. So the Cubs have the tiebreaker, so they just gotta. Well, for right now they just have to tie them. But there's a series, next Monday through Wednesday that the Cubs are gonna have to win, and then they're gonna have one mid-August at Wrigley, and then I believe that's it for the Cubs and Brewers for the rest of the season. And is the mid-August, is that a 5 game or a 4 game? Because I know that there's the rain delay in there, the doubleheader, so it's a four. Okay, so yeah, so you got 7 left against them, so you got to go 4-3 at the very best. But I think the Cubs, they need to sweep the Sox this weekend because if the Brewers are probably going to sweep Miami, they could potentially get 2 or 3 on you. So I think, you know, with Adrian Hauser pitching Friday, that's a tough matchup, but we have Showed on the mound. Aaron Savali, Sean Burke for the Sox. So three really good pitchers for them that you're gonna have to figure out how to hit. What are your kind of keys to winning this series and kind of predictions?
Here's my thing. Whenever you go to the South Side, I don't care if the White Sox have a terrible record, if they're the best team in baseball. It's always going to be a hard series. Adrian Hauser is having a heck of a year. Shota Imanaga as well. So that's going to be a pitcher's duel on Friday. And then on Saturday, you got Cade Horton, Aaron Savali. I think the Cubs should be able to tattoo Savali. And then Sunday is that kind of bullpen spot, but who knows? Maybe the Cubs can trade for a guy by then, but I doubt it. It'll be Sean Burke for the White Sox. You got to jump on them early, I'd say. Make a statement in game one of the series. Put up a bunch of runs, win that game. You just got to jump on them in the early innings. I don't want to wait with the White Sox to the late innings.
Yeah. So right now, Cade Horton is scheduled on Saturday. Right now on the ESPN website, it's undecided. Is the MLB app saying the same for Saturday?
No, MLB has Cade Horton, and
Okay.
that's official too.
Okay. So yeah, so Sunday will be the bullpen spot, and then we got Cade Horton versus Aaron Savali. So I think very offensive game, on Saturday. Hopefully Cade can, pitch, get up three runs. I'll kind of ask for, but yeah, we should be able to tattoo Savali. But then Sean Burke on Sunday, another really great pitcher. So I mean, yeah, you got to find out how to, jump on him early, get to the bullpen. So I think they're very capable of sweeping. I just don't know if they're going to be able to, you know, if they're going to be able to, because like you said, every year it's a battle, on the south side, and when they come here, it's a battle. We swept them earlier in the year at Wrigley, but even last year when the White Sox were, the worst team in the history of baseball, they still almost beat us. So it's always a dogfight.
Look on the bright side, though. You don't have to face Shane Smith.
Yeah, exactly. That still, I mean, you're going up against Hauser and Berg. Like the Sox have a really good pitching staff this year. It's they're getting their trade value up. So now we'll do a preview here of the series. So Friday, Shota Imanaga, Adrian Hauser, 6:40 p.m. start. Shota 7-3 this year with a 2.40 ERA. He's thrown 75 innings, given up 52 hits, 53 strikeouts, only walked 17, on giving up 11 homers. Adrian Hauser 5-2 with a 1.89 ERA. He's thrown 62 innings. He's given up 57 hits, 44 strikeouts, 19 walks, and just two homers. What are your keys to winning this game and kind of predictions?
I'll do the series predictions Friday. I'm gonna go Cubs win this game, 5-2. It's gonna be a low scoring game, a couple home runs. I'm gonna go with a PCA home run and a Michael Bush home run. Michael Bush is gonna hit a leadoff bomb. Cubs are gonna win this game 5-2. And then on Saturday, Cade Horton, Savali. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm gonna Cubs are gonna win this game 8-7 in extra innings. That's my prediction. And Sunday, I don't know. I don't really have a good feeling. If they don't trade for a starter by then, which I doubt they will. I'm gonna go. Cubs end up losing this game 7-5. I don't trust this bullpen at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. The bullpen games have been really shaky. My predictions are the exact same as yours. So now we will look at around the MLB.
Yeah. So there's 5 games tonight, I believe, and there was a good amount of day games played today. So we will get right into it. White Sox take on the Rays tonight at 6:35. Taj Bradley on the bump for the Rays, so you Cubbies fans may want to tune into that. The Astros and the D-backs are tied 3-3 in the top of the ninth. Runners on first and second. No outs, so the D-backs the Astros have something brewing. Ketel Marte hit his 200th career home run. Brewers are beating the Mariners 10-2 in the top of the ninth. 2 strikes on them, so the Brewers are about to win that game. I can't believe the Brewers have the best record in baseball. If you told me that 3 weeks ago, I thought you would have been out of your mind. And then the Dodgers beat the Twins 2-1, low scoring affair, pitchers duel in the top. Or no, they didn't beat them. Sorry, my bad. Top of the eighth right now. Cody Clemens hit. Tommy Edman RBI single. So top of the eighth. Twins are trying to manufacture a run or two and 6 outs. The Orioles face off against the Guardians tonight. Zach Eflin is on the bump. I'm sure a lot of scouts will be at that game watching him. The Yankees, Blue Jays rubber match tonight in Toronto. Max Fried on the bump for the Yankees. Chris Bassett. Two guys that have 10 wins. Fried has 11, so really good rubber match. The Red Sox face off against the Phillies tonight. Lucas Giolito on the bump for the Red Sox. Jesus Luzardo on the mound for the Phillies. And I want to talk about how scary the Phillies are going to be in the playoffs. Listen to this rotation. You got Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Ranger Suarez, Chris Sanchez, Jesus Luzardo, Taj Walker. That's 6 legit starters. That's if you only go to 4, it's Christopher Sanchez, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Ranger Suarez. That's going to be a very scary team to face for sure, especially if they come out of the wild card. And the Athletics play the Rangers tonight at 7:05. Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Rangers and J.P. Sears for the Athletics. The Marlins beat the Padres 3-2. Jesus Sanchez with the 2-run bomb. Sandy Alcantara struck out 4 in a really good start for him. Good to see that momentum. He's a guy we didn't even really talk about today. But I'd be fine with the Cubs going to get him as long as it's not Owen Casey or Mo Baller. Brewers officially won. The Giants beat the Braves 9-3. Justin Verlander with a pretty nice start. Rafael Devers 2 home run game, and JV earns his first win as a Giant. I was watching that game as it was the MLB Network game of the day. Good start for Strider until the fifth inning when 2 home runs, a bomb from Devers and Chapman. The Pirates beat the Tigers 6-1. A great start from Bailey Falter. Troy Melton struck out 7 in his MLB debut. The Tigers' 7th prospect, and Spencer Horwitz hit a grand slam, his first of his career. The Mets beat the Angels 6-3. Pete Alonso with a 3-run go-ahead home run. Sean Manaea earns the win on the mound. Edwin Diaz the save. The Rockies beat the Cardinals 6-0. Ezekiel Tovar home run. Tanner Gordon shutout start. He looked really good today. The Brewers obviously beat the Mariners 10-2. Bryce Turang 2-run double. William Contreras hit a 2 RBI double as well. Quinn Priestler earns his 9th win on the year. This Brewers pitching staff is really scary. Now we'll take a look into the standings. The Brewers have a 1-game lead on the Cubs in the NL Central. The Mets and the Phillies are tied for the NL East, but Phillies have the tiebreaker. The Dodgers have the lead in the NL West by 4 games. The Blue Jays lead the Yankees by 3 games. The Yankees can cut that down to 2 games tonight with a win. The Detroit Tigers lead the Cleveland Guardians 8.5 games, and then the Houston Astros lead the Mariners 5.5 games. So now we'll play MLB Pickle. Ryan, give me a player.
Vinny Pasquantino.
Alrighty. Vinny Pasquantino. In the AL, he's not a lefty or from the USA. Righty. I'll go Judgy. I know he's from the USA, but I'm gonna get the division down and team first. He's not in the AL East. He's a righty, so I assume he's in the AL West. So I'll go Isaac Paredes. AL. Oh, I hope it's not the same one from yesterday. I'll guess Randy Arozarena, but it is Randy. They must have not updated it. Sorry about that. So we'll play Immaculate Grid. Typically it's updated. That's weird. So we have Braves and Blue Jays.
Braves, Blue Jays.
Well, do you want to do Braves over, or is that over or under a 3 ERA season?
That is
Under, I think.
under. Yeah.
Strider?
Yeah.
Or you could go Chris Sale, either or. Yep, Spencer Strider. And then Pirates under 3, Paul Skeens. I mean, he hasn't won a start in I think 12 outings. And then Orioles under 3 ERA season. You got any?
I'm trying to think of guys from before, like the 2014 year when they were really good.
While you're doing that, Pirates and Blue Jays Spencer Horwitz. Remember seeing him play for the Blue Jays last year. There we go, Spencer Horwitz. I don't know. These are some hard ones, I feel.
Hey, Kevin Gausman, was he under 3? Hold on, I'll look up what his lowest ERA was.
Didn't Nolan Ryan play on the Orioles?
I
I don't think so.
don't know.
I don't know. This is a tough one.
It is. Let's see. Hold on.
Felix Bautista, maybe?
Oh, Kevin Gausman. Wait.
I'm gonna go Felix Bautista. He had to have. The Mountain. Yeah, Felix Bautista did.
For who?
The Orioles.
Oh, for Baltimore, yeah.
Now we gotta get these teams right though.
Right. Twins, Atlanta.
We got Horowitz for Blue Jays Pirates.
Blue Jays, Orioles.
Blue Jays, Orioles. These are hard ones.
Yeah, they are. Oh gosh.
I think Twins and Braves, you could go Eddie Rosario.
Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know. I'm struggling. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too.
We got a couple of them right. So we need Blue Jays and Atlanta. Did Jose Bautista ever play for Atlanta?
Mm-mm.
He did not.
No, he played Toronto.
Josh Donaldson.
Mets.
I'm just thinking like the old Josh Donaldson.
No, but
Go Josh Donaldson. I feel.
you
He
think?
played for a lot of teams in the back end of his career.
Dude, if you get this right,
I'm seeing like the old guys.
oh my goodness. Whoa. Yeah, he did.
I'm just
Wow.
thinking of like the old guys from the Blue Jays like good run. There we go. I knew Chappie played for a bunch of teams. Or Donaldson. My bad. I said Matt Chapman. Two third basemen. I'm kind of lost on the rest of them though.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
any?
I have no idea. We'll give up there. We got a couple right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. All right, well thank you guys for watching. We'll give you guys an episode most likely tomorrow on the off day. You know, to dive deeper into the deadline and stuff like that. So you know, Cubs lose today 8-4. Look to sweep the Sox Friday through Sunday series. Signing off, Ryan Zielinski.
Ryan Dunleavy. See you guys in the next episode.